Hey everybody, John Skiba here from the Consumer Warrior YouTube channel, and it is that time of year again where we are going to talk about Black Friday, credit card debt, and bankruptcy. I'm going to share with you 3 things that you need to watch out for if you're finding yourself in that situation where you may need to be filing bankruptcy in the near future. But if this is your first time here to my YouTube channel, please click subscribe, check on that bell, that way you'll be notified each and every week when I put out new videos that'll help you deal with your serious debt problems. Well, first of all, happy Thanksgiving. It's Thanksgiving week 2022 and I'm recording this. And each year I like to give some information around Thanksgiving because the day that follows Thanksgiving, Black Friday, is a big day for a lot of people. Lots of sales going on, lots of spending going on. And so I like to give a cautionary bit of information. If you're finding yourself in a serious debt situation or you're anticipating that bankruptcy is going to be in your near future, unfortunately, the economy is really kind of sketchy right now, and a lot of people, we're seeing bankruptcies go up significantly. There's some things you got to know and things you got to be very careful of when it comes to getting new debts or using credit cards, cash advances, that kind of stuff prior to filing bankruptcy. And so I want to share that with you today. So hopefully it can help you to avoid some problems down the road. So there's 3 specific things I want to talk about. Again, if you're thinking you need to file for bankruptcy in the near future, or you're planning on it, or you've even retained an attorney to do so, the first thing you need to be aware of is that when you file a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, if you have purchased any luxury items on a credit card in the 90 days before you filed your bankruptcy case, there is, and there's one other thing, 90 days, $800 or more in luxury items in the 90 days prior to filing of your bankruptcy case, the creditor can come in and make an objection to those specific charges from being eliminated in your bankruptcy case. So again, just to make that clear, if within 90 days prior to filing bankruptcy, you charged on your credit card more than $800 of luxury items, then the credit card company can come in and say, we don't think those charges should go away, and there's a good chance that they could be successful in doing that. So that leads to the question, what's a luxury item? The bankruptcy code unfortunately does not define what a luxury item is specifically. That would make it way too easy to be able to know as far as what the law actually means. But the way that the courts have interpreted it is that if there are charges on a credit card that are for general living expenses, gas, groceries, medical issues, diapers, all that kind of stuff, those things are not luxury items. If you're out there buying jewelry, expensive gifts, TVs, all that kind of stuff, that's where the Black Friday thing comes in. You got to be very careful if you're using credit card debt and then you believe that you may have to file for bankruptcy anytime in the near future. Because if you buy large gifts, things like that, more than $800 on the credit card within that 90-day window, there's a good possibility that those specific debts may not go away. All right, the second thing you need to be careful of in this time period is cash advances. If you go and take a cash advance of more than $1,100 in the 70 days prior to filing bankruptcy, there again is a presumption that that debt does not go away. Now the creditors have to come in and raise the objection and tell the court, look, this happened, there was a bunch of cash taken out on a credit card within 70 days prior to filing for bankruptcy. But this is even more clear cut than luxury items, because this one is just, if you took out the cash advances, it's more than $1,100 to any single creditor, that creditor can come in and object to those particular charges from going away. And so you may end up on the hook for those particular debts. Now, the third area that you've got to be careful with is if you're intending to file for bankruptcy, and particularly if you've retained a bankruptcy attorney like myself, I'm a bankruptcy attorney in the state of Arizona, and you are going towards that direction, or even if you are, and you are using the credit cards knowing that you're not going to make any type of payments on them, you're not going to make any effort to repay them, you're going to run yourself into you could run into some serious trouble there. To incur a debt with zero intent to pay can be deemed fraud by the bankruptcy court. And so if you know that you're going to be filing for bankruptcy, or if you've retained an attorney, if you've taken those steps, my advice is always you've got to stop using the credit cards completely. To use the cards when you have no intention on repaying that debt is considered fraud, and you're going to cause yourself all kinds of trouble in the bankruptcy, not only with those specific charges, but you can create some problems overall that you don't want to have to deal with. So I don't want to be a downer on this holiday weekend. I do hope you have a happy Thanksgiving, and I hope you have a great Black Friday. But if you are in this situation where you think of bankruptcy maybe in your future, you've got to be super careful. The best advice is just to not use the credit cards, avoid any additional debt, avoid the luxury items, avoid the cash advances, and it'll make your bankruptcy go a whole lot smoother. I am a bankruptcy attorney in the state of Arizona. If you are in Arizona and you need help, I do a free consultation. My information's below. I'm happy to see how we can help you as you deal with this debt problem and help you decide if bankruptcy is a good option for dealing with things once and for all. Thanks for watching today.